Hi and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways, and in the hot chair with me is KB Shea, Kevin Sharzy. Jimbo Goodman is still travelling. I believe he's in Mauritius this week. He'll be back next week. And Kev, thanks for deputising again.
Sumit Mad Dog.
Beg your pardon?
Sumit Mad Dog.
That's Goodman backwards.
Yes, that's actually, he's in Mauritius. He must have had a good time. We'll talk about the winner a little bit later in the show too. But it was a great weekend of sport. Left maybe not for your side. That's what I felt like last week when you gave us a turnaround like that.
You got to United, you win 3-0, you're going to lose 2-1 to Watford, 2 free headers. But anyway, that's the league. It's tough this year, Kev. I watched all the games.
Watford third.
But United could have won by 5 or 6. They were way on top. They had a penalty saved.
Yeah,
Pogba's penalty was saved.
Walking up to the ball, he thinks he's a hero.
Yeah, so
Hart had a great game. He kept him. He kept. Well, he was the old England, the England keeper.
Arsenal struggled at Cardiff, but they pulled it off in the end. Man City looked like they were going to win comfortably after scoring an early 1-0 lead. They were pushed all the way.
Yeah.
Liverpool pushed all the way. Second half twice now. People are starting to say they look a very good side, but they're not closing the door on these games.
They've got the keeper that they wanted.
Yes.
Now they've got to start...
teach you about a dribble.
Yeah.
Caught on the ball.
Yeah.
And Sharzy, Chelsea keeping going strong.
Chelsea, the league is it's very young in the season left, but it's competitive.
Yeah, it's very... You're not going to go anywhere and say I'm guaranteed to win.
Never, ever.
You look at... Huddersfield getting a point. You look at Cardiff taking Arsenal all the way.
100%.
It's a great league. And Kev, cricket, the English too good.
England, Stuart Broad and his team. They got a powerful bowling attack.
Yeah, that's a wonderful.
They got Broad on the one side. They got Stokes on the other side. They got the spin bowler. Anderson, he fills it, but the spin bowler yesterday ripped him apart.
Yeah,
I think he took 9 wickets left.
9 wickets
in the game, not on the day.
Yeah,
in the full game.
That's very good for him, And again, Kohli got another 50.
He's a machine.
He's outstanding. Eh?
He's absolutely. But one swallow doesn't make a summer. But he does. He does feed a lot of the puppies in the side.
Yeah, he's such a good player.
He's a great batsman.
Kev, Sharks, are we fighting back to be a good side? We got home against the Cheetahs.
Third on the league now, so we've got a chance now. We've got some youngsters coming through.
Yeah, after 2 games. Yeah. Lions edging the Bulls.
Lions, the Lions have got a good side. Bulls are starting to play good rugby again. Big boys left. They play it's good rugby to watch. I enjoy my Saturday
You won the Murray Cup, didn't you?
Murray Cup was yesterday at
Rovers
Crusaders. Yeah, great to see.
Good turnout for that type of game?
Flat out, full up. Good, all the old faces. Trix, Truter, Grant Bashford.
They were all there.
All the legends were there. Some Springbok rugby players.
Were you a hooker in your day?
Yeah, I was a very good hooker. I married a hooker. She played rugby.
She played rugby. Very well done.
She wasn't a fly-off.
She was a hooker. Yeah. Okay, let's go and have a look at our 3 to follow. Interesting with our 3 to follow this week. I think there were good horses coming all around the country. Unfortunately, the Johannesburg meeting was cut short because of a problem with the track. But we managed to get a few races in Cape Town. We saw some horses step out. And up at Scottsville yesterday, I think the first 3 races all looked to be very good horses in the making. But we've gone with 3 horses that we've liked. And we start off in Cape Town. And there was a Camelot colt that came out, being trained by the Snaiths now and owned by Nick Johnson. Reportedly bought for 1.8 million off a dispersal, I think, when Marcus Jooster's horses were dispersed. And it's called Crown Towers. And Kev, you watched the race, impressive, eh?
This is a proper horse left. Camelot, as we said earlier on, he's a proven racehorse. Now he's becoming a proven stallion.
Oh, isn't he just a Group 1s all over the place.
These horses are winning sprint races. Left, he stayed like a poor relative.
Yeah, he wanted 1.5. You're right. This is going half a distance. Let's go have a look at Crown Tower. It runs in the silks of Nick Johnson. We're getting to know them well. Let's have a look at the race.
Yeah, he's in partnership with Jack Mitchell. As I know, they won the July together, but he comes out left. You can just see this horse. Just for the guys out there, just have a look at this horse's action. He's in the race from the jump left. Richard Free's got a nice hold of him. All he's looking now for is a little bit of cover.
Yeah.
And as the Cape Town do, either they favour the inside or the outside. At the moment, looks like they're favouring the inside. He's got a perfect cover left. 3 lengths behind him, but travelling. And I mean, as you said
Kev,
earlier,
just looking at this for a moment, this field, as I said, smashing field, these are the stallions involved in this race. Oratoria, Horse Chestnut, Water Winter, Camelot, Elusive Fort, Seventh Rock, Trippy, Dynasty, Silvano, Dynasty, Jackson, Philanthropist, Give Me the Green Light, Philanthropist, and Gitano Hernando. Kev, this was Sparklingly Bred field.
Sparkling Bred field, and you can just see the Nick Johnson colours. Grant, Richard's got a double handful. He pulls it out now. Guys, just have a look at this horse's action. This is Camelot for you. I was racing in England when Camelot was running. It was a machine. He drops a gear now, left. I mean, he's got he's got them all to bed. But just look at this horse quicken. I mean,
this
horse,
is impressive.
As we said off the line, left. I know Nick does watch this show because I've been on before, and he's phoned me in the evening or sent me a message and that.
Yeah.
Nick, you could have
a Guinea's favourite.
A Guinea's favourite.
You could have a Guinea's favourite on that.
I was very impressed with this, and it's just so good to see these Camelots coming through now because I knew how good he was left.
Yeah, you raced in that time.
In that era, and for them to go. He's out of a Galileo mare as well.
He's got
purple blood. I mean, even Mark de Kock will say, don't even worry what they look like. When they've got blood like that, they normally run. But
just fair fought for the runner-up, the Dynasty, very good horse, Sovereign Spirit, ran on well.
Drifted in the betting a little bit left, and this was shortened like they needed, 4-1 to 16-10. If I'd known something like that, I mean, this is a machine. Well done to Justin and the team, and Nick and Jack Mitchell. You've got something very special. Mark this one in your book, guys. This is a real racehorse.
The second one I'm going to show you took place at, as I say, we had 3 or 4 to pick from. We angled for these 3. The second one was race 2 at Scottsville on Sunday, where Dennis Dreyer stepped out a filly called In the Stars. It runs in the Vasfontein White, and you'll see it get left terribly. This horse had a barrier trial and got left 20 lengths or so. So it was just, people had no idea how it was going to react at the gate. Have a look at this run. This is In the Stars, Kev.
Yeah, In the Stars by Master of My Fate left. Dennis was very, look at that.
Yeah.
Not in the race on the 5 furlong. If it was me in my youth, I would have been crying.
Yeah.
That is, you got really serious ground to bat. But Dennis said in his interview afterwards that this filly has given him a bit of problems, but they're working on it. Left, he's one of these horses you've got to work on. But Sean, he gets left and he doesn't panic. He just leaves the horse alone. He's got himself within about 5 lengths, 6 lengths off the lead over there now too. He's covered up. He's got him covered up.
When they start running, Sean Veal starting to look for running room, he goes in behind, it looks like Brahms colours, he's looking. At the 200, you can see this is still very dumb.
He just needs a run now. He gets his run now, all over the show. But look again, left, another horse, beautiful action. And Dennis knows how good Master of My Fate was. These horses just got to get this, got to get her head right.
Yeah.
They're working on it. And
beautiful. This Master of My Fate started off beautifully, but they have to be good-looking horses. He was such a specimen. I think Sean Terry bought him for a lot of money, and he ended up being trained by Dennis. I think he was a Group 2 winner. He's gone to study. He's just a special horse. Third one we found was in the same day. It was 30-odd minutes later. We got a horse by Dynasty called Thanksgiving who had trialled and ran over a sprint and was a bit unfortunate in the sprint. And another horse, Kev has been talking to you about actions. Have a look at this horse. It's drawn very deep. Muzi rides it. Dave McLean's colours for Duncan Howells. Have a look at a horse called Thanksgiving.
Yeah, drawn a little bit badly, 11 left. As you see, Muzi gets it out nicely. Dave McLean, the famous Dave McLean colours, you know. He's put a lot of money into the game. Let's just hope things go right for him. But things aren't easy to get a nice position from that kind of draw. But left, as we said off air, Muzi keeps this horse covered throughout the race. And as you know, Scottsville, you can get away 3 wide.
Why, Kev?
Well, you raced straight down the back stretch. You've got a small little turn, and then you've got a straight down the straight. You know, just remember Gravel, we used to have to, you're continually turning. But Muzi's halfway back there, nice little spot, covered up nicely, but travelling very, very well. But as we said earlier as well, when they come into the straight and Muzi pulls this horse out, just have a look at this action. This is a Dynasty of note too. As you said earlier, bred by the game.
Imagine this 10 furlongs, Kev.
Dying for the distance. I think that's why maybe Duncan might have been a little bit disappointed in the sprint, showing a lot at home, and all they want is the trip. But clear run here now.
Now the action kicks in.
Action kicks in. Look at this left. Just really speeds up. You can just see it. It's race over. It's a matter of how far. Muzi's got his stick in the right hand, but he gives it a smack with his hand now in the left hand, just with his hand down the neck. Gives it a smack now. You'll see it. One smack. Come on. Get those ears pricked. Now there's the right stick. Gives it one smack. Race over. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lef, I think you guys have done very well choosing three winners this
we
week's
used
program.
winners. Normally we got follow-ups and that.
Winners, and I promise you something, these horses will all go on.
It was very close. We were going to use Solid Gold as well. Mace brought out a very smart looking horse, very nice horse, very dumb, and still managed to win. So we only had a place for 3. So keep an eye on Solid Gold as well. And there we are. That's our 3 to follow, and we'll be back with This Shouldn't Happen. Right, this shouldn't happen. As you can see, we've got the photograph of the guy getting the horse to obediently stretch out underneath him. And to watch the full version, get onto YouTube, and you can see with what this shouldn't happen. Right, let's go on now to the plum of the week.
Favourites in front and has the lead, leads the way. Benjan starts to close ground. Up the centre, Friendly Dibs, Red Peril, waiting for Reigns, also hooked to the centre for a run now. Magnificent Sevens in front has the advantage. Benjan starts to close in up the outside, waiting for Rain. Magnificent Sevens in front. Benjan starts to close in up the outside, but Magnificent Seven goes all the way from Benjan. Magnificent Seven has won it from Benjan, waiting for Rain, and behind that, and then Friendly Dibs.
Well, there we go. This looked the plum. This James Armitage bred this horse by Horse Chestnut, and Kev, it opened 5-8 and started 5-10, but there were 7.5, 8-10 available in Interbet on this horse, and the guys have got it.
Interbet, you've got to be quick on Interbet. But Lef, I want to give you a little bit of a heads up about this horse at the awards.
Yes.
I was talking to Justin, Nick, and Anton Marcus, and Anton Marcus said to Justin, I worked a horse of yours. You were very quick to put in the float and send it back to. And he rattled his head, and Nick was in. And he said to Nick, hey, Nick, it was yours, Magnificent Seven. So I said to Nick, try and tie Anton down to ride it. He says, nobody could tie Anton down.
Yes.
And this was the horse. And it
won 4 of its last 5.
Yeah, he's a machine.
This is a very good horse and keeps winning. Looked an absolute plum. And Richard Fourie had a sparkling day. Well done to Richard. And he was aboard this. He was aboard the one earlier in the day as well for the same connection. So well done to them. That's our plum of the week.
Best race time odds, transparency of betting markets, friendly and super efficient staff, the ability to negotiate odds, a full service tote with no limits, which is very important for exotic players, loyalty program, speedy withdrawal of funds, full odds, multiple betting, and excellent in-play markets. These are just some of the many reasons that come to mind as to why I believe, as a serious punter, there is no online operator in South Africa that can realistically come close to matching what Interbet has to offer. Put simply, there's no other site like it, and the ability to negotiate odds adds to my fun and enjoyment. Interbet, where the professionals bet.
Hi and welcome to another edition of Current Affairs. No stakes racing around the country. There would have been, but the meeting was cut short up on the Haarveld. So we have to make do with racing news, and Kevin and I have been looking around, touching on jockeys, touching on horses, touching on occurrences. And the interesting thing, Kevin actually sent me a video of the British Racing Authority have now decided to change their whole format. And the guy, I don't know if he's related to you, Brent Dunshay. He's the chief regulatory officer.
Link. I would like people to
watch it.
To listen to his interview, because he does it from the parade ring.
Yes, and they're changing the steward structures. This is the key to it. Yeah. They want to change the stewarding structures, and it's something that's creeping up. There's been talk now in our country, or the way the stewards, the stipendary stewards are run, and these guys in the British Racing or the British Horse Authority have said that they have to change things. They're getting people in. One deals with just the media. One is going to work on each race day and go through outcomes of races, things like that. And it's very interesting. You can hear he's an Aussie, this Brent Dunshay.
He speaks very well left, and his left makes sense.
Yeah,
I think he makes sense, and I think it should be watched by people. You can just, even if nothing happens, you can learn something from it. Left.
Yeah, he said they've got to evolve more. They've got to make changes, and he says they're going to take the existing setup.
Yes.
They're going to turn it around, and they're going to have a setup that's going to be user friendly. People have got to agree all the time. You know yourself with stipendary stewards, we get people up here and people complain, oh, that decision wasn't right, and that decision,
you're not hiding to nothing. As
you get away correct. You're not hiding to nothing. And in Gauteng, you'll get a slightly different reading to a Cape reading, or why is there not a national reading? So it's very interesting. It leads me on to our next part. New Zealand racing got hold of John Masora. John Masora is a very bright guy, Arrowfield stud. And their racing was going through a hell of a tough time, New Zealand racing. They really are struggling. And they asked him to write a white paper giving them ideas of what they could do, because he turned around New South Wales racing, Kev. He got involved and made them the envy of the racing jurisdictions around the world. And his white paper has come out. John Masora's white paper has come out. And there's some interesting points I took out of it. I want to mention them to you. So this was to the government, to the New Zealand government. And he put 17 points out there. And the first one that really got me thinking, he said, cut 48 racetracks to 28. 48. Now, New Zealand's not the biggest place around.
We got 7.
Yeah, we got 7.
In our country.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's only 7 here. That's right. That we utilise. I do the Vol track. It's the classic course and all that. We've got inside and outside tracks. But he said, first thing you do, you cut it. Now those moves were applied in this country. We used to have more. Remember the Gosford Parks and Bloemfonteins and things like that. But then he said the next thing, you must add 3 synthetic tracks. So they want.
So we've done that as well. So
exactly what we've done as well. And he said you've got to have a restructuring and. New Zealand Racing Board, he said, you've got to also outsource your TAB to an international operator. That's interesting. He said, in-house it's not working. Get it out there. Get a better
somebody
view.
Else,
get someone else to take it over. And John Masora.
Is Paul not looking at something like that at the moment, Lev?
I don't know exactly what they're doing.
There was an article some time back on the 7th
that they wanted to hand back racing and things like that. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to be quoted.
That's still in the air as well.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's.
But John Masora is regarded as a visionary because of what he did at New South Wales racing. So that's why I approached him. Remember, he's Australian.
Yeah.
And he's gone and given all this advice, and they're saying I listened to some of the top boys saying we've got to listen to what Masora says here. Maybe not all 17 points, but it's interesting some of his initial points that have been applied in this country.
That's what we need, Lef. Everybody always says, what can we do to get racing going in our country again? And the white paper, this is what we need. Let somebody come and have a look.
I think there are a lot of people who are on the periphery of racing who have got some great ideas. I remember years ago we had a couple of days think tank. It was very good, and I remember some of the great ideas coming out from different people. I think that's overdue because we're under the cosh here, Kev.
Yeah, listen, we're under pressure, Lef, and racing. Everybody loves their racing and thrives in racing. Unfortunately, we can't get our horses out like we'd like to because then
that would be a big plus.
Oh, can you imagine? You'd have the Hong Kong jockey club here bidding against our best owners.
But never mind that, we could supply all the other jurisdictions. Imagine a breeder getting $25,000 for his worst horse.
Yeah.
You know, giving them over $250,000.
Yes.
For you know, the breeders have been the long sufferers. You know, it would help them, and as you say, the top end of the market would help. You know. Kev, Hong Kong opened up this weekend.
Yeah, Hong Kong opened up. I love my Hong Kong racing because I have spent time there before, and it's very competitive, and it's very professional, and it's huge, as you all know.
How many people turned out for the first day?
There was
74,000.
That's
people.
normal on a Sunday, left.
Yeah, I know that, but
they get to 35,000 on Wednesday night at Happy Valley, which is virtually capacity.
Zach Burton's the champion. He beat Joe Moreira. He opened up with a winner. But the South African interest, you followed the South African interest.
Grant Van Niekerk opened up his first ride. It's racing history. His first ride in Hong Kong, and the trainer's first runner in Hong Kong, Jimmy Ting.
Jimmy Ting,
okay.
Yeah.
He came, he had his first runner, Grant rode at first race and won.
Fantastic.
So Grant had 2 winners. He won the first and he won the last for Tony Millard. So Grant's off to a good start, and in Hong Kong it's very much your first meeting is very important.
The impact's got to be good.
You must have luck. If you got no luck, you got out. Callum Murray, second race, came into the start. Horse threw his head up, broke his nose.
The horse broke his nose.
Callum broke his nose. He carried on riding the whole day. He wasn't prepared to get off. A little bit of this and that. We would have had the doctors look at him, but I mean, you don't actually break bones when you break your nose, you break cartilage. But apparently he was in hospital yesterday, straightening it up and that, and they're looking to have him back at riding work tomorrow. I don't know if he'll be riding in Happy Valley because maybe the drugs they would have given him, they would have given him in the system, but he would like to get back in ASAP because you just lose a little bit of time, especially this time of the season is not very good too. So
you know, I obviously want all the South Africans to do well. Dougie White's still punching them out. You know, we've seen Chad Schofield, Carice Teat, and when I say South Africans, people who've ridden here and do well now. Now these two going out there are both young men in their own rights. Callum Murray had ridden all those big Group 1s for Mike de Kock at one stage and looked to have great potential.
He went to Hong Kong, Lef, and he had his little stint there, and they said to him, listen, you go back to South Africa, you go for a rider for another year. That's when he hit all the Group 1s and all that too. He had a great season. He says, when you finish, you reapply and we'll take you back again. And he did.
Yeah.
He came and got a little bit more experience, got a little bit older. You must know they had the Joe Moreiras there, the Zach Burtons, Carice Teaton. He finished third on the jockeys list.
He won the sprint. You know, the jockeys all had a run.
Yeah, I know. He's won it, I think, 3 years in a row.
He's like the boy in Cape Town.
Yeah, you can't,
You can't beat them in Cape Town when you race.
Elder de Meyer.
Yeah. Unstoppable.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him and Carice have a race.
Yeah, so
but getting back to Van Niekerk, there are a lot of people saying horses run from, but they run around under him as well. You can't do that there, Kev.
Oh, they'll sort him out there. Not sort him out.
He'll tighten up.
He'll have to tighten up. Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of jocks that ride with Grant. Very talented rider, and that he needs to just. He maybe needs a little bit more experience, and this, I think, will be the turning point for him.
Do you know how many jockeys over the years? I remember Glyn Schofield when overseas came back was brilliant. Sean Cormack when overseas came back. It's a great experience.
Even those little Mauritian trips teach you to get out the gates quick, get onto the fence as soon as possible without causing interference. Yeah, you can sometimes get away with it. The guys just clean you up.
Can't they?
No ways.
Hong
Kong, you won't even...
You know how many great riders yourself, Del Pesh, Marcus, Basil Marcus, both Marcuses.
Barty Leisha,
Stradham, Lloyd, they've all travelled, all our top riders, and I'm probably missing a few out here, and I apologise, but every one of them that came back was so polished.
Yeah, absolutely, Lep. I really believe... I had Lyle Hewitson in the studio the other day with Warren, and he said, is there anything I could tell Lyle for his career? And I said to him, I'm sorry to say this to South African racing, but I said, you've got to get overseas.
Just hone your craft.
Let him go another year now too. Let him get back in because he's cemented himself. He's still an apprentice left.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's an elderly apprentice. You know, apprentice I started when I was 13, turning 14. They start when they're 18, 19. So they are much maturer as apprentices. But he's still got to do the 5 years, which he's done now.
Yeah.
And he can get out there, give it another 6 months. But I'm sure somebody will be knocking on the door to get your hands on him.
Sticking with jockeys, Kev, and Mauritius, there's a guy, a very good rider, an apprentice called Ron Stewart, who's coming out of Sydney. He's very good, and he's going to go and ride in Mauritius for a few months. And again, that'll be a competitive rider joining their ranks. Yeah,
I'm not sure what stable it is left, but I did read something earlier about him himself, John Stewart. He was the new sensation
Ron Stewart,
in Australian racing. And just for the records, guys, Mauritius racing was yesterday. Enad Won the Maiden Cup 2 years in a row.
Yeah, he was a Gold Cup winner here.
Gold Cup winner here. Mark de Kock sold him over there too. They paid a lot of money for him. He went to the Gudgies. And he's won it 2 years in a row. And what a race he was yesterday. He was a long way back.
I was watching. I saw Robbie Fred win 2 races.
Robbie Fred.
At least.
Robbie Fred, yeah, he had 2 winners. He got 1 home yesterday. He got the crowd.
Tristan Godden was there too.
Tristan Godden had a winner yesterday as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He won
Very
the second race. Yeah.
Again, see, a kid like that'll improve a furlong.
Tristan, lovely, and give him confidence and allowing you to, as a jockey in Mauritius, you've got to apply your trade. You've got to go there and tell the trainer, listen, our horse is not moving so well.
Yes.
Okay, no, he's got a bit of a problem now. We'll send him to Floreal. Come back 3 weeks later, the horse comes back. Oh no, they're much better now. He's had a little bit of a break.
So your
feedback is very important to the trainers over there. Some of them might not want to know what you want to hear there, but that's racing for you. Sometimes trainers don't want to hear the truth.
They don't want to hear it.
You've got to hear them, tell them, say, this horse is horse never worked well.
I'm pushing jockeys with you, Kev, because it's your department. Now, your old parky mate, Pat Cosgrave. What a great guy. He really is a wonder. He rode a couple of winners when he came out for myself and James Goodman and people like that. And
I'll say it as it is, Lef. He put the bottle down.
Is that what it is?
He stopped drinking.
He got married. He's
riding for Godolphin now.
He's got a horse. The name escapes me. It's just left Dubai. Came back over. It went over to Germany and won a Group 1 against.
Won yesterday. Won a gutsy race too. I watched it on YouTube. Laffy. They ran to him to collar him down, and he got going and he won going away now. He's really doing well.
Top man,
Top man. And he had an issue in Dubai with anaerobia.
Yes,
they
that's right.
accused him of making the pace.
That's right.
Was he making the pace? Yes. Should he have run off the fence? Maybe no.
Yeah.
But turning around, but he had a start there that was on his case, and he wanted his case, and he got virtually banned from Dubai because they had to pay the legal bills. I think it was £30,000 or £40,000, and he said, "Guys, I haven't got that kind of money here now.
Yeah.
Allow me to come back, and I can pay you back.
Yeah.
I will pay the money back." Today he's riding for the boss.
Yeah, he
Sheikh
rides for the boss. It all turns there, Kev.
It's what life's all about, Lef. We've all had our chances. I had my chance. I'd done the same thing when David Pate offered me the job.
Talking about him.
Another man.
Aces High. Now, he's got a very good horse. Won 2 Group 1s last year. He ran in the race that Winks won, the Winks Stakes.
That's
and it
correct.
didn't run that well. And he ran the other day and ran a very good race. Now, he's going for the Corkhill Cup and the big one, the Melbourne Cup.
He's got an interest in the is it the Spring Carnival?
Yes.
Because I see Brett Pebbles back there just as well, because he done 15 years in Hong Kong.
He must have done well, eh?
He did very well. I don't think he might have won maybe once.
Yes,
I think he beat Dougie White once, but he was second and third against the big boys all the time. He's back in Australia, and they interviewed him as well. He said, welcome back in that. He said, I'm coming out to the Spring Carnival. Let's see what I can do.
Spring Carnival was fantastic. It's great racing. But I'm pleased that David Payne. David Payne's always been able to produce a top horse.
Yeah, David, he's one of the great men to work for, ride for. Master of the old school Lef.
Yeah, he was old school. Yeah.
Old school.
Even the way he fed himself.
And also watched his horses, and the horse used to walk in the ring and say, "I'm not happy with that horse over there. Just let him walk over there. We won't work him today. Take him back, and you find he's got a temperature or something's not right." Yeah, a gentleman and a great trainer.
And he's made Wayne Eldridge, helped him out a lot there in Australia, and they named horses after champions out here.
100%. And I'll never forget.
What's his name?
He won a Group 1. And the guy said to him, "Al, you've only been here 9 years or 8 years or 7 years, whatever it is." And David's exact words to him, he says, "I wish I'd come here 22 years ago."
Yeah.
And, he begged me to come.
He doesn't have a big string, but he can still produce.
He begged me to come when he left, and I didn't know, I didn't realise that what a big deal it was, or how this country was going to go.
You went from him to the cock.
That was my other thing. I mean, Mark had horses there, and I thought, I'm not going to have this chance of going to a new country. I had to uplift my kids and everything. And it was a hell of a decision to make, but I missed it. My wife holds a gun against my head every now and again and said we should have gone.
Try to get that gun off her. Kev, the other thing I'm always still talking about there, Winks, barrier child.
She's back. She's
back. She won.
How do they say a 7-year-old? The jock and the trainer says, I think she's still improving.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
The gallop was so good. There was a comeback. She won the Wing Stakes, and she galloped with top horses. Won the...
She has 5 runs a season.
Yeah, 5 Group 1s.
Beautiful. You can just aim them there. You don't have to burn them out or anything. That's why the next year she's back again.
Back again, yeah. The Unforgiven, I think, is another horse that Waller trains. So they don't want to put them together. Yeah. They have once and Winks won, but they don't put them together. But anyway,
there's some trainer have to start every week. I see trained by Chris Waller. Saturday mornings you get the Chris Waller benefit day.
Yeah, another guy I want to talk about, Kev, who's doing well, was a guy who came and did his apprenticeship out here. His name Archie Watson. Archie was a tall guy. He came out and he worked for Alec Laird. Lovely guy. Many times he popped around to my house and have a drink with me, and then real dour Englishman, but great sense of humour.
I know you're talking about that.
You're talking about him. Yes. We've seen them all come
his tweed.
Yeah, that's right. We've had people come through our ranks. Mick Flanagan.
Yes.
He's now with China Horse. He worked with Michael de Kock.
I was there, yeah.
Yeah, and
Somerville.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. And then the other boy that came out was Charlie Johnson, Mark Johnson's son. He's studying to be a vet. And they all came through the ranks and spent time at here. But Archie, who was the guy who worked with Victory Moon for Michael de Kock?
That was, are you talking about
the
trainer?
Yeah, he's flying. He trains for Michael Owen. Yeah. And this Archie Watson went back and started training. And he's flying, Kevin, especially with the young horses. And
in the UK?
In the UK. And Archie took a horse out to Shanti yesterday, and it was called Soldier's Call. And Alec Laird's former assistant trainer, Archie Watson,
pulled it off.
Yep, won it. But he's really flying. They're talking very highly of this guy. So a few guys have done their apprenticeship out here.
Listen, for jockeys especially, the apprenticeship in South Africa cannot be any better. But for the trainers, assistant trainers, and all those guys, I wish I could remember the guy who was with Victory Moon. I got
Tom Dascombe.
Tom Dascombe.
Yeah, Tom Dascombe. Hell of a guy. Yeah. And Michael took him all over the world. I remember he came out to Turfentine and that. Tom's flying as well.
Well, he trains stayers.
He won one in Dubai, and he's won Royal Ascot.
Michael Owen's also the champion of his.
Yeah, so he's done well. And just to wrap it up, Kev, Frankel, 29th stake winner already.
He is something special. I love it. Every time one thing about social media, as soon as there's a first time or second, a Frankel that wins, they give it to you.
They give it to you.
And you let you watch the race. And wow.
Now you go, they tweet and put the race up for you. It's very good. This is for Michael Stout. Shezi, that's all the news for this week. We'll be hopefully back with some stakes racing soon.
Lovely, that'll be fantastic.
Thanks very much for filling in.
It's a pleasure, Lef.
It's always good to get some jockeys' opinions from you. And as we said last week, they're on the men, those guys that have been
listen, the guys are coming back. We're looking forward to seeing the full bunch of guys. I saw a picture of Gunther Vruchemann with Johnny Gerudis. They were somebody's birthday or something. He looks fantastic.
That's great.
He looks fantastic.
And how does Johnny look?
Johnny is shrinking. Not his stomach, his size.
Johnny, great Spurs man.
Yeah.
All right, Kev, that's all. Thanks very much once again. And we'll be going over to your call. Hi, and this week on Your Call, we're going to show you the 2018 KZN Awards. They really are good. It was fantastic the way they did everything. Keep an eye out for the singer, Joseph Clark. Outstanding singing. It was a great show. Let's watch the awards.
Everybody, welcome to the 2018 KZN Racing Awards and end of season celebration. It's true, we face challenging times, we face interesting times, but there's always a time for celebration. There's always an opportunity to partner and to party. Welcome tonight in the spirit of celebration. And indeed, those celebrations, in fact, started last night. I am pleased to announce that Gold Circle won the Standard Bank Gender Empowered Company Top Women Award in the travel and hospitality sector at a glittering ceremony held at Emperor's Palace last night. Our chairperson, Dr. Pumla Maganga, and our Corporate Services Director, Veronica Jack, was there to receive this very prestigious award. So as I said, the party started last night and continues this evening.
On a collision course, I am a satellite. I'm out of control. I'm a sex machine ready to reload. Like an atom bomb about to whoa, 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 explode. Oh, I'm burning to the sky, yeah. 200 degrees is why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. Traveling at the speed of light, I wanna make a supersonic woman of you. Don't stop me, don't stop me, don't stop me. Hey, hey, hey. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Have a good time, good time. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Oh, I'm burning to the sky, yeah. 200 degrees is why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. Traveling at the speed of light, I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. Such a good time, oh, I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, come on and give me a call. Don't stop me now. Having a good time. Don't stop me now. Having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all.
We start off, ladies and gentlemen, with our very first category, which is the champion 2-year-old filly for the 2017-2018 season. Our champion 2-year-old filly is Enveroche. Brian and Yolanda, our apologies this evening, but Mark Dixon and his son-in-law Victor Tejero, who sometimes claims to be his racing manager, is here to receive this very special award. And our champion 2-year-old colt gelding for this season is Cue the Music. We welcome on stage racing manager Des Gonzalez, trainer Dennis Bosch, to receive the award on behalf of Mario Ferreira. Cue the music. We look forward to his 3-year-old career. Group 1 performer at the very highest level. Exciting talent. There can only be one winner. And our champion 3-year-old filly is Fiorella. Congratulations to Ash Burton and to Duncan Howells and to James Rich. The winner is, and the champion is, Monkshood. Alistair Gordon on hand to receive the award.
Second place is Royal Crusade. Then comes Ideal Secret, followed by Greek Fire. But
Not easy for a trainer to lose such a talent. But Monkshood will, of course, as we all know, further his career in Hong Kong. So as we move to champion older filly mare, we congratulate the connections of our champion for 27-2018, the VAR filly Somalit. trained by Dennis Dreyer, raced by Main Chance Farms, bred by them, and Glenn Hatt has come all the way from Cape Town to be here on this auspicious occasion. So, champion older male, which means a colt, a horse, or a gelding. We congratulate our supreme champion older male. It's my turn. Congratulations to one of the revelations of the season. Our champion sprinter for the season just ended is Sommerlit. Welcome back. The connections of this Var filly, bred and owned by the Main Chance Farms. Give them a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievably gutsy, this filly. Your champion middle distance horse for the season just ended is Fiorella. Once again, we welcome Duncan Howells and James Rich onto the stage. They make a formidable duo. So to the final category before dinner, champion stayer. Let's all congratulate the revelation of the season. It's my turn. And I'd like to call Anton Marcus to join the ladies on stage. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Emma Rourke, racing manager to Fred Crabbier, Jane Thomas, his bloodstock agent, Barbara Bardenhorst, assistant trainer, and Anton Marcus, the winning jockey. How's that for a team? Our KZN champion apprentice for 2018 is Ashton Harries. I want to tell you, I know he does a lot of riding for Michael Roberts, but the similarities are quite scary. His potential is limitless. Just keep working on it. Keep working.
This award is very special to me. It was my goal since the beginning of the season. I planned for it. I worked hard for it. And I'm very proud I achieved it.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we salute the brilliant talent of Anton Marcus. Our champion trainer, KwaZulu-Natal, for the season ended 31 July 2018. Please welcome Dennis Dreyer. Champion breeders, KwaZulu-Natal, based on stakes earned in this province over the 12-month period, 1 August to 31 July. Once again, it is our great pleasure to recognise the achievements of the wonderful team at Summerhill Stud. We congratulate, as champion owner of KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Mario Ferreira. Mario Ferreira sent me an email just today saying that he really apologizes he couldn't be here, but he's left it in the hands of these esteemed gentlemen and lady to receive the award on his behalf. The winner this year to receive Anita Akel's Special Award is Garth Puller.
I went shouting for the groom to come fetch me. It was my first place in Germany.
Each for their own reasons were nominated. And I'm sure you could pick up on that when you reminisced. But our winner is Lyle Hewitson on Red Berry Lane by an overwhelming majority of votes. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. He looked to have nothing to come. It looked certain to be defeat in the Grade 1 Johnson's Workwear Garden Province Stakes, but to Justin Snaith's chagrin, Red Berry Lane got up on the line. The family have requested, and I think it's very appropriate, the family have requested that outgoing riding master, retiring riding master Stephen Jupp comes forward to collect the award on behalf of Lyle Hewitson. So let's give Stephen Jupp a nice big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we as Gold Circle have voted the KZN Racing Personality of the Year to be Philip Fourie from New Turf Carriers. He looks like a traffic cop in this clip. Fourie's a jolly good fellow, Fourie's a jolly good fellow. We were pretty much unanimous that the horse of the season goes to Do It Again. Nick Johnson, Jack Mitchell, Bernard Cantor, Justin Snaith.
Your world of winners is now online at www.teletrack.com. Simply subscribe to log into your account from any mobile device in South Africa and access a wide variety of content from our membership package options. Listen in via a live audio stream, catch live racing locally and internationally, or view a wide variety of Teletrack magazine shows to stay informed and updated on the go at any time. It's never been easier. Go to teletrack.com now.